about the role he'll be asked to play in today's scam. He's just been told to go to a local landmark and keep an eye out for a sexy swindler.
Hello, you're right, Shane. Nice to meet you. How are you feeling?
A little bit nervous.
Oh, don't worry, we're going to take good care of you. Have you ever heard the expression, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah? Well, today you're going to be helping us scam the same person, not once, but twice.
Right.
Now, you look gorgeous, but we do have a costume for you. I'm going to throw everything at you today.
Let's have it.
Today we'll separate the boys from the men in Fool Me Once. It's lunchtime in a busy town centre and people are going about their business. These guys have just come from a bureau de change, and that's why this guy is now the mark.
Excuse me. Hello there, my name's Susie. Can I just ask, did you just exchange some money just now? You did? We're just doing an investigation. Can I ask you just to follow me, please? We just need to check your money for you.
So there's some kind of undercover operation being carried out in the area.
I think you're going to be able to help us. Thank you. Don't worry, you're not in any trouble. Don't worry about it.
It's a pretty weird request, but as it comes from a pretty lady, the mark does as he's asked and accompanies Jess.
Any change, please?
Sorry.
Have a nice day.
Ian, these gentlemen both.
A little further up the road, they meet Jess's colleague, Alex.
Green steel. Come with me, gentlemen. Just a routine check.
He's very confused, but still keen to help. He follows the investigators to their van.
We've had reports of counterfeit money being passed to people, usually from exchange shops or other stores. So we're trying to pinpoint where all this money is being leaked in. So all I need to do is just check that the money that you have is genuine.
Right, would you like to check the euros or the pounds?
Pounds. Okay, how much is that? 400. 400, okay.
So Alex and Jess are investigating reports that local money shops are laundering cash by exchanging good currency for bad. Legit banknotes have watermarks to identify real cash from fake. These show up under UV light.
Check this one.
You say it's the first time that you've used that shop?
Alex checks if the cash is counterfeit, and he has good news.
You're fine. Everything looks fine. So, but thank you for letting us have a look.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
The mark's cash is all legit, so he's free to go. That beggar seems to be trailing the mark. That's because it's Shane.
Bit of an improvement, I reckon.
Yeah.
This is Shane's first big moment. He has to stop the guys dead in their tracks.
Excuse me, gentlemen. My name is Alan Ladd. This is my colleague
Hi there,
here.
operations manager.
Daisy Mina.
I'm pretty sure I just spoke to you up there.
No, we need to have a word with you about them, actually. They're not actually who they say they are. Come with us right now, up, just literally up here. You're not in trouble, don't
you
worry.
follow
We just
us,
need to check
we're all
everything
good.
that's happened. If you could just follow us up, my boss needs to have a quick word with you.
Yeah.
Good hand, you're all in.
No,
The mark's already been intercepted by 2 undercover investigators. Now he's being asked to cooperate all over again. Shane and Polly have their work cut out to convince him a second time. If he walks away now, the whole scam's over.
no, calm down, you're not in trouble.
You look fake to me, mate.
No, listen, you're not in trouble.
You look fake to me, pal.
Sorry, this is my job.
You're not in trouble, don't worry. We'll be 2 minutes just up here. We just need to make sure your money is okay.
Thank you very much for your cooperation.
Just up here. No, please.
Eventually, he agrees to go upstairs into a stakeout location being run by Paul and Jazz.
You keep an eye, just let me know when they leave, yeah?
It certainly looks like an official operation, but the mark has clearly had enough of being ordered around.
Your name is?
Derek.
Derek, how are you?
How do you think, Emma?
Well, do you know what's just happened?
I don't know.
Gentleman just examined your money. This guy here. This one here. So whatever money he's given you, if he swapped it, we're going to give you real cash back, all right? So you're covered.
Paul's got some bad news about the cash Alex handled at the van. It's probably been swapped for fake notes.
All right, how much did you give him?
Under 500.
All right, can I have a look at what he's given you back? No envelope, nothing like that, no? Very good. Well, as you can see, these are all fake. Nothing.
So not only was Alex, the investigator at the van, fake, he also swapped the mark's cash for fake notes. There are clearly no watermarks visible under the UV light.
Okay, so you can see that's all fake. This is what a real bill should look like. All right, see that? Big difference, right? Okay, unfortunately it's under £500. Are you okay?
No,
Well, have a seat down. Derek, have a seat.
Right now, the mark doesn't know who to believe. He just wants his money back.
Did you suspect him?
I suspect, of course I did. I suspect it. I suspect you was an off, dragging me off the street.
Well, I understand that. That's perfectly
Of course,
fine.
yeah.
Well, the good news is I'm going to give you cash to replace that.
To help convince the mark that Paul and his team are the real deal, he's going to refund the full amount in real cash.
Do you mind passing that blue envelope over?
Boss, I just want to let you know I've got eyes on the two suspects. And the van's still here and they've just popped in.
Give us a couple of minutes. Do me a favour before I give it to you. Please check it. I'll show you what you're looking for. Just looking for those stripes there. Yeah, that's it.
Well, as far as I know, I'm walking here. You may be the fake ones.
This could be fake money as well.
You
Yeah.
may be the fake
Well,
ones, but
let
you
me.
may be the genuine ones. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well.
Having been stung once, the mark is suspicious. But Paul proves the money is real by showing him the UV watermarks.
That's the cash from this.
But here's the thing. The money the mark had with him at the beginning was real. The money he was given back was real. And the money that he's just been given by Paul is also real. What are the hustlers playing at?
Well, as you can see, these are all fake.
The trick here is in that UV lamp.
Nothing at all. See that?
There are actually two bulbs in the note checker. When Paul took the money from the mark, the UV bulb was off.
Nothing at all.
Then he gave Polly a signal
This is what a real bill should look like.
and she flicked the UV switch on, and that made the watermarks light up for all to see.
Big difference, right?
The mark doesn't know it, but all the cash has been 100% real all the time.
That's the cash from this.
He's got all his money back, and now Paul's just about to make him an amazing offer.
Are they still there?
Yeah, the van's still there. They're actually still in the cafe, so they've been there for a couple of minutes. They're probably having a coffee or something. So they'll probably be there for about 5, 10.
Did you get the sense that they were going to stay or go?
I think they're hanging around for a while, myself. I've been there 2-3 hours.
How much more cash do you have on you?
Why?
There's a £5,000 reward if we arrest them with more than £1,000.
In return for helping Paul catch Alex and Jess red-handed, the mark will get a whopping £5,000 fee.
I don't know if you believe me, so there you go. I don't know if you put me off the street first and gave me this malab in the room about me trusting it. Think about it that way, that's what you should have done.
Well, that's the problem. He's pretending to be
You must have
us.
seen that last approached me when I came in the first
Oh, we
time.
watched the whole thing. We got the whole thing
Why
on
did you
camera.
not come down and say something about it then?
Because we have to catch him in the act. We're hoping you've got more than £1,000. That's the truth.
Sensing that they're losing the mark, Shane steps in to convince him.
I mean,
I can assure you you've been in very safe hands, by all means.
he'll be with you the whole time. Nobody will leave you alone with him. I guarantee it.
No, no buying it, mate.
Are you sure?
Okay.
Unsure who he can trust, the mark refuses to help. Unless the hustlers can persuade him otherwise, this scam's going nowhere. Earlier today, Shane Lynch went from pop star to tramp.
Excuse me, gentlemen. My name is Alan Ladd. This is my...
He went undercover to persuade this mark to follow him to a hidden stakeout location.
You need to come with us right now. Just literally up here. You're not in trouble. Don't
You
worry. We
follow
just
us?
need to check
We're all
everything
good.
that's happened.
Paul then tried to persuade him to be part of a sting operation to catch fraudsters Alex and Jess.
There's a £5,000 reward if we arrest them with more than £1,000.
But unsure who to trust, this guy just wanted out.
No, no buying it, mate. Okay.
Is this scam already all over in Fool Me Once, Part 2? Fraudsters Alex and Jess are waiting at their van. Inside the stakeout, Paul and Shane are still trying to talk the mark into taking part in the undercover sting.
Derek, look at me. I'm telling you, there's a £5,000 reward. It's yours if you want it. That's what we do whenever we catch these guys. We've got to get it off the street, but we can only do it for a certain amount, or you'll not go to jail.
Guaranteed you're in no danger.
None.
Guaranteed.
Well, you know, he suspects something then because he's already seen me today.
No.
No, you're going to go... Well, here's what I want you to do. Just go up to him and say, look, I've taken out more money. Could you check it for me? Just look like you're a complete sucker. The minute he switches the money, we'll step in, okay? Derek, there's a £5,000 reward, okay?
Okay.
No problem, you're a good man.
Finally, he's been convinced.
Will you buy me a drink? If I'm right.
£5 grand, I'll buy you 10 drinks.
All right, can I see how much you've got? What I'll do is I'll put it in an envelope, okay? The minute he opens the envelope, take him, all right? What do you have?
The Mark gets out the rest of the cash he's carrying.
Okay, all right, yeah. Okay, perfect.
For evidence purposes, Paul marks the cash with a UV tagging spray so it can be identified later in court.
Let's put this in here.
All the marked money goes into an envelope.
I'm also going to give you a microphone. Put that at the side.
It wouldn't be a proper undercover sting without a wire.
Please.
Yes, there is one.
Just put it in here. So drop this in here. I'll do it for you. Hold on to this for me, man. Okay. Right, I think we better go. Stay close. Please stay close. And just do what he tells you. Let's go.
Yeah,
Quick.
don't get involved at any point when I go in for the arrest. Just stand back, let me do what I have to do, okay?
The instant,
Stay safe, we stay safe, it's all good.
the instant he opens the envelope. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Very important. Hurry up.
The Mark follows Shane down the steps and out onto the street.
Recording everything.
So the Mark is going to entrap Alex by letting him switch the rest of his cash for counterfeit notes. The whole thing is being recorded, and undercover investigator Shane will be on hand to apprehend the fraudsters. He does what he's been told and takes over £3 grand of holiday cash to Alex and Jess.
Oh yeah, I'm just going to spin it around.
But Alex wants to turn the van around before he checks the cash.
No, just come with us.
He seems a bit twitchy. Maybe Shane hanging about is putting him off. Alex isn't turning the van around. Instead, he's out of here.
Still have the envelope. Don't move, don't move, don't move.
Shane legs after them, telling the Mark to stay where he is. Not sure what to do, the Mark stays put. Of course, Shane isn't really giving chase. He runs round the corner and jumps straight into the waiting van.
He's coming back, man.
The Mark isn't concerned about being left waiting in the street. After all, he's still holding the envelope full of his cash. Meanwhile, upstairs, it's not so much stakeout
Everything?
as get out. It looks like no one is coming back. Fearing the worst, the Mark opens his envelope.
I have been done it. There's a paper in it. It was very quick and very deceiving. And I don't know how they put the paper in or how it was changed. Never seen it. Pile of receipts from £3,000.
So how did the Mark end up with a handful of worthless paper? After marking the money, Paul put it in an envelope and sealed it.
I'm also going to give you a microphone.
Whilst being asked to wear a wire for the sting, the Mark didn't notice Paul switching the envelope with real money for an identical one full of newspaper sitting on the bookshelf.
Yes, there is one.
Shane also let Paul know the Mark wasn't paying attention, and from that moment, the cash was as good as gone.
The kind of hustles that go on in the real world, I think it's very, very easy to fall victim. As a witness myself today and a participant myself today, I think I very easily would be one of those victims without a shadow. I could be a mark as much as everybody else could be, but I think without a doubt, you need to be aware of what's around you.
This is a classic case of compliance. The Mark is dealing with people he thinks are officials,
And although it goes against all his basic instincts, he has little choice but to do exactly as they say.
Working in an undercover role takes real skill and professionalism. The police and security agencies are never going to come along to you as an amateur and ask you to get involved in an undercover sting operation. If something like that ever occurs, step back from it, ask for their ID, they won't be able to produce it, and walk away.